You smile so people won't ask questions. You laugh so no one notices the silence inside you. You show up, you respond quickly, you're easy to talk to. And yet, you go home feeling strangely invisible. Here's the unsettling part. The more consistently you smile, the less people think you need anything at all. You've probably told yourself a quiet story. At least I'm strong. At least I don't burden anyone. But what if that strength is the very thing that's teaching the world to overlook you? This is the paradox of invisible suffering. You are present everywhere, but emotionally seen nowhere. From the outside, you look socially functional, emotionally stable, even warm. From the inside, there's a constant hum, a low-grade loneliness that never fully leaves, no matter how many conversations you have. And the most painful part isn't being alone. It's being surrounded and still feeling unseen. This video isn't about people who are isolated or withdrawn. It's about people who learn to disappear while staying visible. People who smile not because they're happy, but because it feels safer than explaining the truth. Invisible suffering develops when emotional needs go unanswered for so long that the person stops expressing them altogether. Psychologically, this often connects to emotional neglect, not abuse, not cruelty, but something quieter and more confusing. It's what happens when no one notices your inner world, unless you're convenient, pleasant, or performing well. Imagine growing up in a house with no mirrors. You exist, but you're never reflected back. So eventually, you stop checking how you look. You just assume it doesn't matter. One key concept here is emotional invisibility. This occurs when a person's internal experiences, sadness, fear, joy, confusion, are consistently overlooked or minimized. Over time, the nervous system adapts by lowering emotional volume. Another important idea is social camouflage. This is the unconscious habit of presenting what's acceptable rather than what's true. The smile becomes a passport. The joke becomes a shield. The "I'm fine" becomes a reflex. Neurologically, this pattern trains the brain to associate emotional expression with risk rather than relief. So instead of seeking connection, the system prioritizes emotional self-containment, holding everything in to stay safe. You don't stop feeling, you just stop expecting anyone to notice. The cost of invisible suffering is not loud pain, it's quiet erosion. You grieve things that are hard to explain, the conversations that never go deeper, the comfort you never ask for, the care you give so easily but rarely receive. You start believing that being low maintenance is a virtue, that needing less makes you more lovable, that your pain should stay private, tidy, and unseen. Philosopher Simone Weil once wrote that the deepest human need is to be seen, not admired, not praised, seen. When that need goes unmet, something subtle breaks. You stop trusting that your inner world matters. The core fear driving this archetype isn't rejection, it's irrelevance. The fear that if you reveal your loneliness, nothing will happen. No comfort, no shift, just silence. So smiling becomes safer than hoping. And loneliness becomes complicated, because how do you explain feeling empty when everyone thinks you're doing great? As adults, invisible sufferers don't look broken, they look functional. You might recognize yourself in some of these patterns. You become the listener, always emotionally available, rarely emotionally held. People confide in you, but few ask how you are, and even fewer wait for a real answer. You minimize your own pain. You say, "It's not that bad" automatically, even when it is. You feel lonelier after social interactions than before them, because connection never quite reaches you. You avoid asking for help. not out of pride, but out of exhaustion. Explaining yourself feels harder than carrying it alone. You fear being a burden, so you edit yourself, soften your needs, and keep the smile intact. You attract relationships where you're appreciated for stability, not depth. You're valued for what you provide, not who you are. These are coping strategies, not personality traits. They form to protect you when being unseen hurt too much. Unlearning begins when you notice the loop. Smile, stay unseen, feel lonely, smile harder. Awareness doesn't require blame. It requires honesty. Healing invisible suffering doesn't mean becoming louder or more dramatic. It means becoming more honest with yourself first. The first step is allowing your inner world to exist without justification. You don't need a good reason to feel lonely. Your feelings don't need permission. Next comes selective visibility. You don't have to open up to everyone, but you do need someone who can see you without you performing. This may feel unfamiliar, even uncomfortable. That's normal. Your nervous system learned that being seen was unlikely, not dangerous. So safety returns slowly through consistency and self-trust. Finally, the smile can soften, not disappear, but no longer act as armor. You don't have to be less kind, you just have to be more real. Because the goal was never to be fixed, it was to be felt. If this video gave language to something you've carried quietly, consider sharing it with someone who might feel the same. And if you want more reflections like this, grounded, honest, and human, subscribe. Some people suffer loudly, others suffer invisibly, and both deserve to be seen.